All right, welcome. This is DB talking now. DB talking birds. DB talking Philadelphia Eagles. I have not said those words in quite a while. It's crazy to be back. I haven't been back with you guys for about a year. Um, so we'll see how this goes. We will see how this goes. Um, what a crazy year! What a crazy year that we went through. The Philadelphia Eagles made it to the Super Bowl, had their best season, possibly debatably in franchise history. Um, Jalen Hurts is that guy. So he's going to be looking for an extension. Obviously, we all know that. Um, but obviously the big question mark this offseason is going to be, you know, can we reload? Can we reload and have a chance at getting back there the following season in 2023? We will see. As of today, obviously, guys, today was the first day of legal tampering for free agents. The Eagles have already lost three key defensive starters to different teams. Toxic Falcons, how's it going, my man? Big play Slay, what's up, my dude? Toxic Falcons. Damn, it's been too long, brother. It has been a very long time. It's been a very long time. It felt weird even just giving my intro. What's up? What's good, DB? This is Big Play Slay. I changed my name. I see that. I see that. What a crazy year we just went through, right, guys? Eagles made it to the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts is that guy. Going to be looking for a big time contract. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting. Big Play Slay says, "How we doing?" We're good, man. We're good. We're good. We are definitely good. Life is crazy. Life is crazy. Life is a crazy villain and a beautiful lover. I will say that. That's for sure. So life just hit me. That's what happened. That's what got in the way for us. Toxic Falcon says this season was crazy for the Eagles. Yeah, I know. I know. Really excited to see how they maneuver this off season, though, how they can possibly reload and get back. Obviously, we're going to lose a bunch of guys. TJ Edwards signed with the Bears today. Marcus Epps, I believe, signed with the Raiders, if I'm not mistaken. And then Javon Hargrave obviously signed with the 49ers. So 49ers are going to be another team. They're going to be a team that we have to compete with, obviously. We saw that coming when we played against them in the playoffs. I mean, we did kick their ass, but we'll see. Um, but I'm excited. I'm excited to see how we can do to possibly get this team back into contention. I've got a few names on my board that I'm excited about when it comes to the draft. So once we get to that point in time, we're definitely going to talk about it. Um, I'm also pretty excited. Hopefully we can get CJG back or CGJ back. Hopefully we can get Chauncey Gardner Johnson back. So we'll see. We will see. And then I do know that James Bradbury is looking to sign with some other teams. You guys can tell I'm a little bit nervous. It's been a year. It's been a year of this, of not doing this. So hopefully we can get James Bradbury back or CGJ. We will see. We will see. How are you guys feeling about this off season? What do you guys feel like we're going to be doing? Do you guys want to go offense? We have quite a few picks in the first few rounds. I could really see them adding to the offense and have a couple years where we're just building this off, where we're just trying to win games based off of our offense, and then build the defense over a couple years, 2 to 3 years, or we can just start rebuilding the defense right now. Toxic Falcon says I can see. Yeah. And it's crazy that I'm nervous because I talk to people for a living. Toxic Falcon says, "Are you drafting a running back?" That's a good question. Um, that's a good question. I'm not a big. I know a lot of people are big on Bijan Robinson. Um, but I don't. I'm not sold on Bijan Robinson. I get it. Like, he's a really good running back. He's a really good running back. But the truth of the matter is, he's probably going to go somewhere in between 15 and 20. Um, would I be opposed? Would I be opposed to drafting a running back if say around pick 30, which is our second pick in the first round? No, I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I would rather us trade back. I'd rather us trade back out of that 30th pick and pick up an extra second round, maybe a fourth or a third or another third. Who knows? Honestly, there's a guy I like out of you. I think it's I forgot the college, but there's a guy I like that's going to be there around 3 or 4, and his name's Dwayne McBride. So I really like that guy. He looks like a all-around running back. Talks Falcon says B.J. Robinson backup running back is good too. Yeah, maybe. I wouldn't rule out, and I honestly have no idea how this mic sounds. I'm using my work mic right now because my normal mic got fucking wrecked. Um, um, I, I wouldn't rule us out of trading for Kareem Hunt, or if he's going to be. I don't even know if is he going to be a free agent. I honestly haven't taken a huge look at the free agent running backs. Obviously, most notably, the notable ones were Saquon, Josh Jacobs, so on and so forth. And I believe most of those guys got tagged. I know Saquon got tagged, but I don't think any of those guys are available. Toxic Falcon says, I think he's a free agent. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to bringing in Kareem Hunt. Um, Again, I was listening to Inside the Birds about a week ago. I think it was Inside the Birds, but wide receiver McCole Hardman, former Kansas City Chief, is also going to be a free agent. So um, I wouldn't mind bringing him as a number 3. That's the thing. I mean, when the reports came out that they were going to try and trade Quez Watkins, I was like, okay, that doesn't. I'm not worried about that whatsoever. We need more production out of our third wide receiver. And that third wide receiver needs to bring enough production where the third wide receiver is not Dallas Goedert. You know what I'm saying? Even though we know who the third option is going to be, it's most likely going to be Dallas Goedert. But the third wide receiver needs to bring, what a McCole Hardman brought to the Chiefs for Patrick Mahomes. Um, and that's what makes me excited about this offseason is I think that the Philadelphia Eagles are not too far away from having an offense that is similar to the one that they have in Kansas City. And I think that if you look at what Kansas City did, don't jump on me. I'm not trying to give too much praise to the Kansas City Chiefs. I feel like that's going to be a really interesting potential rivalry. If the Eagles do what they need to do, and then obviously the Chiefs are going to continue to be good. But like I think it's a really interesting thing that we could follow their blueprint where we do win based off of offense over the next couple years while we restack the defense. And the fact that the Chiefs were able to go in to this season with 2 rookie cornerbacks, a really young defense, and get shit done and be second in the league in sacks to us is pretty impressive. Is pretty impressive. Now, obviously, we have a ton of key losses. We have a ton of key losses. We have Fletcher Cox isn't coming back. Javon Hargrave already signed with the 49ers. Marcus Epps is gone. He played better than a lot of people are giving him credit for. In my opinion, I don't think I've seen a safety close like that in an Eagles uniform in quite a while, other than CGJ Chauncey Gardner Johnson. And so, you know, we got a lot of finagling and maneuvering to do. Toxic Falcon says Hurts played that Super Bowl game to a T. He did, but that fumble was costly. That errant fumble was absolutely costly, but I can't even hang my head on that. Like were the Eagles driving on that play or on that drive? Yes, they were. It was probably going to be 14, or I think it was already 14-7. Yeah, no, it was already 14-7. The Eagles were driving. Hurts fumbled the ball, uh, and it looked like they were about to take it up 21-7. Um, so Did that alter the storyline of the game, the narrative of the game? Probably, probably. But again, like you said, Toxic Falcons, Jalen Hurts came back and played to a T after that fumble, and it came down to Jonathan Gannon. It came down to Jonathan Gannon. We've hated Jonathan Gannon for 2 years. I'm glad he's gone. He's got no, as far as the things that he said, in his press conference for the Cardinals. Of course, he went to the fucking Cardinals of all places. They just continued to screw up coaching hires. Um, is just it's unwarranted. The shit that he says is unwarranted. Talks Falcons says, did Jordan Davis play much this season? Yeah, he did. In fact, he was doing really well until he got hurt and was out for about 5 games. And that's when the Eagles' run defense really started to play poorly. And then that's when they signed Nadadicom. That's when they that's when they signed Nadadic. I'm not even gonna fucking say it anymore. This is just ridiculous. That's when they signed Sue and Linval Joseph. Man, I gotta get my groove back. This is great. This is great. I'm having a great time. Yeah, and then finally, so that's when they signed Sue and Linval Joseph to kind of shore up the run defense. And then Jordan Davis got healthy, and then they had a really good rotation going, and then it was just the defense, the run defense started to become dominant again, and then but the turnovers, the turnovers never came back because Chauncey Gardner-Johnson didn't come back until like the final game of the season, and then it just wasn't the same. It just wasn't the same. The Eagles defense was was still good, but it just wasn't the same, you know, throughout the rest of the season. So Talks Falcons is laughing at me. Thanks, dude. Thanks, dude. Um, sure as hell missed you guys. I really did. Life just, throws a bunch of stuff at you. Some big things, some great things happen. And some negative things and some rocks are thrown in your way too. And you just gotta deal with them as they come along. So, but it's good to be back with you guys. It's good to be back. But I think it's going to be a crazy. I think it's going to be a crazy off season. I mean, we've already seen some pretty cool shit go down. Jalen Ramsey got traded to cornerback. Jalen Ramsey got traded from the Rams to the Dolphins for a 3rd-round pick, and something else, I believe. I don't remember what. But very cheap. Very cheap. I think that was the thing. I think the Eagles were interested in the Rams, or the Eagles were interested. Uh, hey, that's inappropriate. We had some Eagles interested in some Rams. No, the Eagles were interested in Jalen Ramsey this time around as well. But what the Dolphins did is they are going to pay for 2 years left of the Jalen Ramsey contract, which the Eagles obviously cannot do. Talks Falcon says the Falcons got Jesse Bates. The Falcons got Jesse Bates. That's pretty cool. That's a good signing. That's a good signing. That's a really good signing. Didn't the Falcons just trade for somebody else? The Falcons just traded for somebody else too, didn't they? Well, I know they signed Jesse Bates. So Jesse Bates was the other free agent safety. So there's Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, which Marcus Epps leaving the Philadelphia Eagles, and the fact that Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is still a free agent just tells me that he's most likely in talks to come back to Philadelphia, and the Eagles need to keep Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. That's not, that like we can't play games with that one. But obviously I feel like the top three safeties in the free agent class were Jesse Bates, Chauncey Gardner Johnson, um, Julian Love was another one. Um, and they're all right around 24, 25 years old. Jonu Smith. Talks Falcons said, yeah, the tight end from the Pats for 7th round pick. Yeah. It was Jonu Smith, right? I believe it was Jonu Smith. I've always liked Jonu Smith. I thought he was a Titan initially. I thought he was a Titan. Speaking of the Titans, can you believe the Derrick Henry trade rumors? Do you think Derrick Henry's going to get traded? Also, apparently the Jets and the Packers have come to an agreement about Aaron Rodgers. The Jets will trade for Aaron Rodgers, it sounds like. Talks Falcon says the Bears made some moves. Yeah, no, I mean I spoke about the Bears at the beginning of the stream, which is, um, yeah, the Bears are. I think the new GM for the Bears is doing a really good job. They signed former Philadelphia Eagles starting linebacker T.J. Edwards, which is okay. He was a serviceable, solid starter. We drafted N'Kobe Dean. N'Kobe Dean's going to come in. He's going to play, and I have all the faith in the world in N'Kobe Dean. Um, uh, and then they also signed linebacker Tremaine Edmonds from the Bills, who's also a really good linebacker. Um, they also traded their 1st round pick, the number one pick to the Panthers, and then they acquired a first next year and a second this year, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So they're doing some things. They're doing really well. They also acquired wide receiver DJ Moore in that trade. So yeah, Tox Falcon says yeah, it was him. Tox Falcon says I was scared to get Lamar Jackson. You think the Falcons are gonna get Lamar Jackson? Could the Falcons get Lamar Jackson? Could the Falcons get Lamar Jackson? How does this mic sound? This is the mic I use for work. Does it sound okay? I'm gonna get a new setup. um, yeah, and are you excited? Would you be excited? You're scared to get Lamar. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. If the Eagles didn't have Jalen Hurts, let me put myself in your shoes for a second. If the Philadelphia Eagles didn't have Jalen Hurts, would I want Lamar Jackson? Or would I want to draft? Would I want to trade up into the draft and draft, Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Will Levis, uh, Richardson? We'll see. We'll see about Richardson. I am convinced about Will Levis. I am convinced about Stroud, and me personally, I think Young is going to be like Kyler Murray, but with better character. So you would feel good about getting Lamar. You would feel good about getting Lamar? See, I don't know if I would feel good about getting Lamar. It's like, can Lamar pass the ball? See, here's the thing too. Here's the thing. Here's the reason why the Ravens haven't done what they've done. Uh, or here's the reason why the Ravens haven't paid Lamar all this money is because they see what Jalen Hurts did this year in Philadelphia, and Jalen Hurts showed that he can beat you on the ground and he can pass the ball. We've talked about this in years past. Is like Jalen Hurts, his rookie year, his second year in the league last year, or his first year starting, which was his first year starting. Uh, he showed hints of Russell Wilsonisms. You know what I mean? Like hints of it. But this year we saw a lot of that. This year we saw a lot of that from Jalen Hurts, and so like that's the kind of guy you want to pay, not Lamar Jackson, who's going to throw for 120 yards in a game when he's asked to throw a lot, 120, 150. You know what I'm saying? So But it's a thing. It's a thing. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. One second. Speaking of quarterbacks that can move, um, Kyler Murray. You know, I thought about this. I thought about this a little bit, and I don't know if you guys remember Patrick J or not, but um, he's a Cardinals fan, he's a Jets fan, and he loves Kyler Murray. He thinks you just gotta give Kyler time. Well, here's my thing about Kyler is he's shown hints of greatness. Yeah, yeah, he's shown hints of greatness. But I'm telling you, he's a finger pointer. And at the quarterback position, that's not what you want. You don't want a finger pointer at the quarterback position. So, you know, uh crazy thought popped into my head was the Cardinals have the fourth overall pick. Um, what can you get for Kyler Murray? What can you get for trading Kyler Murray? You have the Panthers, you have uh who else? And the Colts in front of you, who all need quarterbacks. Can you mortgage Kyler Murray for one of those other top five picks and have two top five picks in the first round as the Cardinals? You take one of those new younger quarterbacks with a better attitude, possibly with a higher ceiling. Let's say it's Will Levis. And then you take your defensive guy with the pick that you already have, the fourth round pick or the fifth overall or the fourth overall pick. I mean, yeah, is it gambling? Sure, but the whole draft is a gamble. The whole draft is a gamble. Um, Other great news out of Philadelphia today. Obviously, Jason Kelsey is not retiring. He is coming back for another season. So, really excited about that, which means that they're just going to put Cam Jurgens at right guard at least for this season, and they're probably going to keep him there until Kelsey does decide to retire. So it's great that we're getting Kelsey back. Really excited about that. It gives Howie and the front office, not only this year but also the following year. They'll probably address the center position, but in this year's draft again, just in case they want to keep Cam Jurgens at right guard. Uh, but we will see. We will see. We will definitely see. But anyway, it was great being back on with you guys. This was an extraordinarily rough return. But Toxic Falcons, big play Slay. I do appreciate you guys jumping back on with me. It was great speaking to you guys after such a long time. Um, I'm gonna be coming back. I'm gonna be coming at you guys with some different content, not just about the birds, but some more shit. So stay tuned. This is DB talking now. DB talking birds. DB talking Philadelphia Eagles. One love. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Go birds, baby.